Good evening and welcome. My name is Trish Smiley, Superintendent of Schools and CEO for School District Number 8, Kootenay Lake. We acknowledge, respect, and honor the First Nations in whose traditional territories the Kootenay Lake School District operates, and all Aboriginal people residing within the boundaries of School District Number 8. I'm joined this evening by Johan Glaudemans, Secretary Treasurer and Chief Elections Officer, and Deputy Chief Elections Officer Mo Chowdhury. We're pleased to be able to provide you with information on the school trustee election process. This presentation is being recorded. It will be very brief and presented by the Chief Elections Officer. It will take approximately 10 minutes, followed by a question period. This presentation is in webinar format. If you'd like to ask a question, please post this to the Q&A. You'll see the button at the bottom of your screen, and Secretary Treasurer Glaudemans will read and answer the questions at the end of the session. The Q&A is at the bottom of your screen. Let's see here. You may choose to pose your question anonymously if you wish. One moment, please. You'll see there is a document on your screen entitled Putting Students First. This is a document put out by the British Columbia School Trustee Association and is an important document for potential trustee candidates. This presentation follows this document and provides quotes directly from this document. The school trustee role is an important role. Public education is an important part of the democratic process in our society, and we look forward to your interest. I turn it now to Secretary Treasurer Glaudemans and to continue for the rest of the presentation.
Thank you very much, Superintendent Smiley. Who are school trustees? School trustees are elected members of a Board of Education. School trustees represent and advocate for public education. Trustees are elected within their local electoral area and work together as a Board of Education. The Board of Education, not individual trustees, have the authority to make decisions or to take action. Trustees on a board will debate ideas and vote on a final decision. The Board of Education ensures that all students within the board's jurisdiction have equal opportunities to reach their maximum potential. The Board of Education focuses on promoting student well-being and achievement. The board oversees the development of a strategic plan and allocation of resources. The information presented in this seminar today is contained in the Putting Students First guide, a guide for school trustee candidates, as prepared by the BC SDA, that is the BC School Trustees Association. A link is provided in the back of the presentation for further consultation. Next slide. What is governance? Boards of Education co-govern school districts within with the provincial government. The Ministry of Education and Childcare sets the curriculum, funding, and legal framework on K-12 education. The School Act assigns specific responsibilities to the Board of Education, the Superintendent, and the Secretary Treasurer. The Superintendent is the only employee who reports to the board. It's the board's role to govern, not to run the day-to-day operations of the school district. Next slide. What skills are required? You don't need to have a background in public education to run as a school trustee. Everybody brings their unique skill set to the role of trustee. It is helpful to review school district policies, understand the laws of the boards of education operate under, ask the right questions to responsibly govern business and capital decisions, and be willing to learn. Next slide. Time commitment. Time commitments may vary, but typically a trustee may spend an average of 15 hours per week on activities associated with their role. Activities include preparing for and attending board meetings, attending community meetings as a representative of the board, directing concerns. And that's directing concerns brought forward to the trustee. Candidate eligibility. To run as a trustee, you must be a Canadian citizen, age 18 or older on voting days. You must have been a BC resident for at least 6 months prior to registration. You must also not be disqualified under the School Act from being nominated for, elected to, or holding an office as a trustee. What are the, and next slide, the electoral areas. There are 60 school districts across BC and 7 electoral areas in our school district that encompass 6 families of schools. School District 8 is divided into 7 electoral areas. They're comprised of the city of Nelson, Bilby Point, 2 trustees, Selmo, Tagham, and Blewett, 1 trustee, Slocan Valley and Bonington, 1 trustee, Crawford Bay, East Shore and North Shore, 1 trustee, South Rural Zone of Preston, 2 trustees, the town of Preston, 1 trustee, and the village of Castle and North Rural Zone, 1 trustee. Several important upcoming dates for the BC local elections in 2022 are listed above in the slide. A key one for potential candidates is the nomination period end date of September 9, 2022. Originals of emailed, faxed, mailed, or hand-delivered nomination documents must be received by the Chief Election Officer by 4 p.m. Friday, September 9th, 2022. This is a link of the resources. If you look at the slide, if you click on it, it is like a hyperlink, and it will bring you directly to the different resources. On our school district website, we have several resources that are posted to assist potential candidates. Please see our website, sd8.bc.ca, for more information for links to a variety of resources. You can post your questions or comments in the webinar Q&A, and we'll go through them one by one and respond. Thank you very much for attending, and please contact me by email at elections@sd8.bc.ca if you have any questions not answered here or think of any other questions after the webinar has concluded. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll provide a minute or two for folks to put their questions in the Q&A if they have any. Just your information, this website or this webinar will be posted under our resource section in the coming days, which can be shared with any additional trustee candidates if they're not able to attend tonight. All right, I'll read this and direct this to Secretary Treasurer Glodemans. Do you need to select the area you want to run in, or is that decided later?
You do need to select the area you want to run in. So that's something that you will have to decide at the time of putting in the nomination papers.
Next questions. Candidates may change their mind and withdraw their nomination papers. What is that deadline? Secretary Treasurer Glodemans, would you like me to read that again?
No, I don't have that information handy actually, but we will provide that information following this seminar, there is a possibility to withdraw your nomination after submitting the papers, but only until a certain time. And I think it's a week after the registration deadline, but I will provide this information on the website. And if the person that is, and I could also provide this directly to the chair, but we will provide this information.
Thank you. All right, we'll just give it a few more seconds for any further questions. Next question, can you change your mind on the area after the nominations close?
No. Once the nomination deadline passes, all you can do is you can still remove your nomination, but you cannot change it.
Okay, we'll just give another minute or so. All right, wonderful. At any time after this, you can direct your questions to elections@sd8.bc.ca, and these will be provided as answers to you. And thank you very much for spending a few minutes with us tonight for this information, and take care.